Okay, so we are now recording. Okay, so we're going to go over first the check-in procedure. It's going to be the same as last year. So your unit will go directly to the campsite when you arrive, and we'll meet you at your assigned check-in time at your campsite. Whenever possible, the medications will be maintained in the campsite. You will need to bring the medical form with the signature of the medical provider, within the last 12 months for each person that is staying. Okay, so we need it for all of the campers, adults and leaders, and the Cub Scouts too. You will have a guide that will take you to the swim checks and walk you to the dining hall and like that. So you'll start by going to your campsite. And then at that point, we'll go through all the medical forms and give you your wristbands, and then you will go with your site guide for the rest of it. Campsite arrangements are up to you, the pack, with input from the parents. Scouts are permitted to stay with a parent or other scout that is the same gender within 2 years of age. So this is the same as last year, but it's a change from like the year before that. So they do have to be within 2 years of age. Campsites can be arranged with the tents, or if you also run out of space, you can also bring your own tent. Just once again, just make sure you discuss with parents before everyone arrives so they're kind of okay with where their kids are staying. Okay, next up we have Freddie for shooting sports. Freddie, are you willing to kind of go over for a moment what you're going to do in shooting sports?
Sure. Yeah. So program this year will be much the same as in previous years. So if you've been to camp before, then you know that we do both the archery and BB gun. And by the end of Wednesday, we will have accomplished everything we need for both archery and the BB level 1 and 2 pins. So that's, sorry, not the pins, for the archery and BB stuff, so they can get what they need for the loops by the end of Wednesday, even the mini weekers. They'll alternate between the days every day, and there'll be one day in those first 3 days where they go twice. So they can do archery and BB 2 times by Wednesday, and they'll have everything that they need for both of those. We will be offering the same stuff during the free block for during open program as we have done in previous years. So that would be the pins and slingshot and action archery later in the week. Same rules as in previous years will apply, of course. And yep. Is there anything specific you need me to go over?
Nope, that's good. That's
Perfect.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, aquatics. Dave, do you want to take this, or Joe, either one?
I guess I can. Joe, chime in if I miss anything, but pretty much everything is going to be about the same. No real big changes. We're going to get pretty much all the requirements done for sure on Monday. The biggest thing that I'd ask for on Sundays.
No, not all the requirements will be done on Monday. Some of them we start at the pool and then we have to do at the lake.
Oh, that's right.
PFD swim.
Our friend, forgot that one.
Yep.
For Aquanaut.
Yep.
The big thing for Sundays is please fill out your buddy tags before coming to the pool. So that way all we got to do is color them into, non-swimmer, swimmer, beginner set. So just please have your buddy tags filled out, both of them, before you guys come up to the pool.
Yes, and to clarify, we need 2 per person, 1 for the pool and 1 for the lake.
And just to add to that, you will find in your campsite, or campsites will be like a tackle box kind of deal. And in that is papers. And one of those papers is going to be how to fill out those buddy tags. Anything else?
Nothing really from my end.
Okay.
No, that's pretty much it.
What about if they do swim checks ahead of time?
They would need a sheet signed by the lifeguard and the lifeguard certifications.
Okay.
Not the legit copy, just not the legit, a copy of their certification.
Okay. Outdoor skills, I'm not sure. So Cassidy is in charge of outdoor skills. Not sure if this is Cass or Casey for this part.
Well, Cassidy is going to be our new director. She previously worked in Pioneer. Cass is one of the Fiersteins. She's their oldest daughter, if you don't know. We're gonna be running outdoor skills similarly as we have done in the past, where we've paired them up by their they're going to be mixed, but it's going to be only by den. So all the lions and tigers together, all the wolves together, all the bears. I'm looking at some of the activities that they've done in the past and kind of tweak from the den leader side to see what kind of things are more important to get done at camp than things that maybe we could save for you guys to do during the school year with your den. So probably in the next 2 weeks, there will be maybe some slight changes to the program for outdoor skills, and they'll be updated on the leader's guide that's on our website. And the first night when we have our leaders meeting at check-in, I usually give copies of all the advancements. So it'll give all the updated advancements that we'll be working on.
Okay, Max for Pioneer Camp.
All right, so Pioneer Camp, this is going to be all of the Arrow of Lights. So what we do is we take all the different packs, and then we keep all the kids together throughout the week. But we like to split them up into patrols. So say like packs 1, 2, and 3, they'll make a patrol. 4, 5, and 6 will make another patrol, and so forth. And then what we like to do with them is we take them through some of the requirements that are for the Arrow of Lights, as well as working on some basic scout skills. So that'll be fire building, knot tying, leave no trace, that kind of stuff. The big highlight for a week, though, that's going to be Outpost. So during that event, if you see on the bottom picture, you see the guy messing around with the Dutch oven. We have our own little cookout. And then top right, you see the kids setting up their tents. So we provide the tents for them. And then we help them, but we let them do most of the work. They're going to set up their own tents, tent out with some of their buddies along with us for the night. And then we'll return them to you guys in the morning. And then we also have about a 3-mile hike that we do with them, usually on Thursday afternoon, weather dependent. And, yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you.
Just to answer the message that was there was a message about will the buddy tags, can they be made available at council? And yeah, we can send them down to the council office to Brian to give them out. So you can pick them up from the council office if that's easier. We usually also have a leaders meeting just before camp starts where you can come up and pick them up too at the camp. Evening programs. Casey.
So this year, we're gonna keep. I like the flow of the schedule that we've had in the years past. So on Monday, we always have our opening campfire on Sunday. That's always tradition. And Monday we'll have our water carnival, but we're gonna add and kind of tweak the water carnival. So our pack assignment is going to be catapults this year. So we always eat out by the pool. So we'll have our dinner and then we're going to shoot off some sock catapults. And then we're going to do our water carnival, and den leaders, hopefully we'll get you to sign up for a belly flop competition to end out the water carnival night. Our theme night, it'll be a sort of hike. I'm not going to give too much away, but it's going to be kind of like a scavenger hunt. So each group is kind of going to be their own ship, and one of our staff will be the captain of the ship to guide them through their scavenger hunt mission. And our Wednesday night is usually the same night as the Pioneer. So some people will be camping out. We'll be watching, I think we're going to be watching the movie Hook. And we might have a special presentation. We're going to try to see if we can get something together with the Order of the Arrow. So that's where the Pioneer goes over to Trexler and learns a little bit about it. But if we're going to try something small at our camp too, so that if they're not able to get across for that, they can learn a little bit about what we do. And the Thursday ceremonies will Cheryl, I'm not sure. Is Foof going to try to come back for Thursday night for us? Is
I'm
that
not
to be
sure.
determined?
I'm not sure if we have a final word on that yet or not.
Okay.
He
So
definitely wants
Thursday
to come
night
back.
ceremonies TBD.
He definitely wants to do a bunny fufu at some point.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the next slide?
Sure.
The Sakapult competition. Okay, so the goal here is to build an accurate catapult, not the strongest possible catapult. And what you're going to launch is a pair of socks. Just a pair of socks, not a pair of socks with rocks or any other thing, just a pair of socks. There are going to be some targets between 25 to 50 feet that the staff will likely just randomly set up, and we will do rounds and see who wins. You can choose what you want to make the catapult out of. There's some examples there on the screen. And once again, we're not going for the strongest catapult, the most accurate catapult. And we're just going to send socks flying. They can be stinky socks. They could be clean socks. They just need to be just socks. Okay, the camp options for the week is just the regular. You can come with your pack. You can also come up, the campers could come up by themselves. We do have the Great Tiger Adventure Camp, and there's also the family camp. So all sessions except the Great Tiger Adventure is just July 6th to 8th. The other two options you can do all summer long at all the weeks of camp. Are there any questions? Remember, this is still being recorded, so if you want to wait a moment, you can, but are there any questions?
Yeah, this is Bonnie from the office. Can you go over a little bit what the Tiger Adventure would be for those that don't know?
Casey.
I could take that one for you. So on Thursday night, we usually have them come in to just get settled in. So you have dinner at home, and then you come to camp and usually meet with me, and I find you and I guide you to your site, and you get set up for the night. And then the next day you go through everything that everybody would go through in the normal day of camp. So you'll eat breakfast in the dining hall with us. You're going to have shooting sports. You're going to have aquatics. You'll have some kind of outdoor skills activity that's themed for tigers. And you'll have a free time, which would be the same as all of the other campers. So whatever that free time is, we'll have it on a schedule for you. So before you come, we'll give you kind of a schedule of the agenda of the day. And Friday nights are always our dinner and our closing campfire, so you get to enjoy that. And then Sunday morning or Saturday morning, you get to leave whenever you need to leave. Check-in is free on Saturday to go whenever you need to go. But it's a great way to just kind of get your toes a little bit wet. Sometimes we've had people that weren't quite sure that they're ready for the whole week, so they can just come for this. If they're really exhausted, or if it's been a really long day, maybe you just come for Friday, or maybe you just stay for one night. That's up to you. But it's Thursday night to Saturday morning.
What's the food like? I'm just worried about my son. He can be a picky eater.
There are usually a lot of different options for food, but the one thing they always have is peanut butter and jelly Uncrustables. Or if they like peanut butter and jelly and they don't like whatever the main course is, they can ask, and they always have a box of them on hand.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions while we're still recording?
So I have a question. I know they just discussed the menus, but are there a good amount of my daughter and I don't eat pork. Are there a good amount of options that are non-pork?
Honestly, I think there was only one meal last year that had pork in it, and I don't think they've decided on our menu, but usually there's enough other side things so that if you don't eat pork, that it would be okay. And if anybody has any special dietary restrictions, there is a form to fill out to let our staff know. And if you have special food that you want to bring in, As long as it's you can bring in a cooler if it's labeled with who it is. If you have special things, maybe you have special milk that you need, we can do that for you too.
Perfect.
You can store it in our refrigerator in the dining
Mhm.
hall.
Mhm.
Any other questions?
Hi, yes, regarding food again, last year, it seemed like, they were very strict on rationing everything to the point where some of my scouts were hungry after the meal. Is there gonna be, I guess, more food this year? I'm not sure if there was supply problems last year or.
I know there definitely was supply problems last year, and I'm hoping we're through that. I don't see the school cafeterias struggling as much as they were last year, so I'm hoping that all works out.
Okay,
I will also pass that on to the cooks.
okay, thank you.
Any other questions while we're still recording?